Imbuko is back. Yes, we're back with Imbuko VI, this time with a director's discount offer. Grab your 1-acre lot for only 999,000 Kenyan shillings, down from 1.19 million Kenyan shillings. Here are the terms. Pay a deposit of only 300,000 Kenyan shillings and the balance in 120 days. We only have 8 lots left. Go on, call or WhatsApp us at 07 0001 0001.
We're live?
Yes.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Sorry for our late start. We seem to have had poor connectivity. Internet was acting up. I guess it's also getting rained on with all this rain. So apologies and thank you for tuning in. It's now 8:04 p.m. Thursday, the 2nd of May, 2024. What a blessing to be alive and well. For those of you who are not well, pray for a speedy recovery. May your life's journey resume in earnest. And we're grateful to be on. We'll just give a few minutes for as many others to join as possible. Am I too close to the camera? My head. It's okay. I have a big head. It needs cutting off a little bit. All right. My name is Solomon Wangwe. I am the founder, managing director of Grand Acres and its holding company, Goshen Acquisitions, the most transparent, #1 land sellers in Kenya. Been doing this for 12 years, going on 13 now. And we're happy for the opportunity to have conversations with you all about our experiences buying and selling land safely in Kenya, with a few mistakes made here and there, but that's why we're sharing, so you could learn from our mistakes and avoid them. And hopefully we can also learn from you. Today's session is a question and answer format. Unlike our usual 1 hour length of this live session, we're going to shorten it 30 minutes only today because we wanted to do something special today in honor of all those of you who tune in week after week for the last, I don't know, year and a half. We've been doing this or thereabouts. And we're experimenting with something. So we'll spend the last half hour, depending on your engagement and reaction, making this special proposal to you all. So if you know someone who loves to buy land, who's an active investor in land, who's looking for opportunities to buy the best, most beautiful pieces of land in the safest way possible, please tag them on this live. Send them the link as quickly as you can so that they can join, because in 30 minutes we're going to be making a special offer in honor of you all. It's something we're doing for the first time. We don't know how it's going to go, but let's see. If you know someone who has questions, has had a good or a bad experience that we could learn from, who would like to share, tag them as well. Make sure if you haven't done so, like, subscribe to our channel so that more people like you can get reached by the algorithm. The more of you who like, the more of you we can reach, and that's a whole mission. So please don't be shy, don't be selfish. Good vibes only, as always, only the people you like, love, and respect. Keep the negative ones out of it. So without much further ado, after that 3-minute long introduction, we can get started. If you have questions, send them in. I have my small team today. There's only 2 of us today, unlike the usual 3 or sometimes 4. Gladys is behind the scenes, making sure I get to see all your questions. Apologies if we don't get to yours in time. It's not because we ignored it. And if urgent, just send us a note. We'll be happy to engage with you thereafter, regardless. So send in your questions, comments, criticisms, compliments, and let's have a blast this evening. I hope you're all dry, staying away from the wetness, and that you're safe. So, um, yeah, don't ask questions if you're somewhere swimming across. Stay safe. Your life is more important. So, I'm all ears and ready for your questions. Okay, our first one today is from Omondi6575 on Instagram. Omondi says, "Good evening, sir. Just to ask you about water source in Imbuko 6. Okay, so Imbuko 6 is going to be supplied by water from Mount Kilimanjaro, fresh spring water piped by the government way back when, because our site, Imbuko 6, is very close to the pipeline. And so that will be our primary water source. We may consider doing a borehole as a secondary redundancy, but that will be subject to the county specifications as we obtain county approvals for our subdivisions as usual. Yeah, so if you haven't booked yours yet, please do so quickly. I think we sold one today. We'll probably sell another two by the time we're done with this live session, which means we will have, I think, only four plots remaining. So if you haven't booked yet, please do so quickly. They will not last long. They're on offer at an amazing price. It's something you want to jump on quickly because it's unlikely we will ever offer these 1 acre lots at that price ever again. So let us know. Thank you for your question on Monday 6575.
He's also saying, could you please share more about Imbuko 6?
Okay, share more. Perhaps you have a specific Omondi. We've been making noise about Imbuko 6 for a couple of weeks now. Okay, I want to spend more time answering questions about your land experiences. So if there's something specific, let us know. If you need more details, just go to our website or WhatsApp us. You will get a full brochure absolutely free sent to you immediately, including images, site map, so you can select the specific plot you want to book. These are 1 acre. They will be residentially zoned for eco-villa purposes. That's the smallest we've ever been allowed to go in Imbuko by Kajiado County Government Authority in charge of planning and zoning and land use. So any more details other than that, you can get on the brochure. So if there's something specific, Omondi, I'm happy to address it specifically. Other than that, karibu sana. Daniel Baraka, why Imbuko 6? What will make it a strategic investment? Well, I think the project title Imbuko 6 in itself should tell you something. It's the 6th phase of land sales we've done in Imbuko, which means 5 phases have gone, which means people are buying, and that should speak for itself. Why is it strategic? It's strategic because number one, the size, 1 acre lots, not the usual 50 by 100 you'll find being advertised out there for the same price, I might add. Okay. Virgin lands, very close to Amboseli National Park and ecosystem, so very viable for the tourism circuit if you want to look at hospitality investments. Excellent location for that. Stunning views of Mount Kilimanjaro. If you go to our website and download the brochure, you will find images there of actual photos we've taken from site of Mount Kilimanjaro, breathtaking. It's words do not do justice. Very close to Nairobi, only 174 kilometers from Nyayo Stadium roundabout to our beacons in Imbuko. Takes a 2 hour and a half, 2.5 hour drive only. So strategic in all sorts of ways. Again, it's a Grand Acres product. We do not do anything other than that. And if you want more details, please, Glando, you can't close the window. It's too warm in here. Yeah, it's okay. We're in Nairobi. It's Nairobi sights and sounds. Gladys is trying to keep the room quiet, so she's closing the window. I opened because our AC is not working. I think when the power went, it killed the circuits or something. Apologies. So if you hear noise, it's coming from the matriz and the cars driving past the building. Don't mind too much. As long as you can hear me. If you can't hear me, do say something and we'll see what to do. Daniel, I think I've answered your questions. You can download the brochure for yourself as well on our website or on WhatsApp. Follow the prompts. It will send you the full brochure, including terms and conditions of engagement, site map, everything, show you what's available, what's been sold as of today. And we'll be happy to add you to the Imbuko community and neighborhood. We've sold nearly 1,000 acres of land out there over the last 12 years. So people have been making this strategic investment for a long time. And we're happy to have the opportunity to make this offer to you guys today. So let us know. Thank you for your question, Daniel. Abdul Aidan on TikTok says, I am originally from Somalia. I am a US citizen. How can I own land in Kenya? What do I need? Abdul, that's a great question, one that we have answered innumerable times on this live call, as well as how many videos now? Almost 1,400 videos we have up on our platform in our YouTube channel called Own Land in Kenya, where we teach how to go about owning land in Kenya safely. So Abdul, unfortunately, that's not a question I can answer during this session. It would need months and months of talking through specific things, but a great resource for you to use is our absolutely free checklist, the 9 steps to safe land buying in Kenya. You'll find it by going to our website right now, www.grandacres.co.ke. I'm going to repeat that, www.grandacres.co.ke. Find the tab that says checklist, enter your name and email address. It'll send you the brochure absolutely free to your email address. And you can share it widely with your friends and family as well. The 9 steps to buying land safely in Kenya. If you follow each one of these 9 steps, I promise you 99% of the time you will have no issues going about buying land in Kenya. Even if you're a foreigner, the only thing you want to keep mind of is that as a foreign national in Kenya, you can only own leasehold land. You cannot own freehold land. Should you find something that you like that is freehold at the time that you found it, you can do a conversion to leasehold so that you as a foreign national can be legally registered as its owner. Okay? All that is contained in the 9 steps, including how to find an advocate, a licensed advocate to help you, what your documentation should look like, and what you must have in place before you finish paying for your land, especially if you're buying from a company like ours, and especially if you're buying before title deeds are out. You wanna grab yourself a copy of that checklist, Mr. Aidan. Thank you for your question. If there's something specific, reach me to clarify further. S. Atieno on Instagram says, hello, Solomon. I recently heard about tokenization in real estate. Do you happen to know about it? Yes, I have heard musings and mutterings about it. for years now, not practical in Kenya. That would require a fairly heavy overhaul of our land laws, land registration laws, securitization laws, Finance Act. I mean, it'll take a lot for that to happen in Kenya. So I don't pay too much attention to it yet. But in general, I think it's a great idea. That's the future. That's where we're headed. Unfortunately, whether or not you like it, this is the way of the future for the global economic system. It's just that Kenya is very far behind on this. So we watch and wait to see. Thank you for your question, S. Atieno. Marube underscore RTBA on Instagram says, what are the lessons you are taking into consideration, especially with the current floods in Kenya, to protect landowners in case of calamity? Well, Marube underscore RTBA, we have always taken these things into consideration. So we're fine at the moment. We're not taking any because we don't need to. All our sites are scouted very deliberately by myself. That's one of my primary roles at Grand Acres and Goshen Acquisitions. Again, because we only sell what we own, meaning that at some point we're buying, risking capital, whether it's ours or borrowed or whatever. We don't play games with our land scouting. So all that is taken care of at the land scouting phase. And none of our sites is affected by the floods, not a single one, even in Imbuko, where it's all the way flat. It's flat as a table for 30, 40 kilometers in every direction. Zero flooding. You need to know how to look for telltale signs of possible floodings. If you're in a floodplain, what's the altitude, what to look for, and that sort of thing. And a lot of that you will only get good at after doing scouting for land for a while. Now, if you don't have the time to build those muscles, those intuitive muscles, you want to work with experts, people who do this on a daily basis. This is one of the primary reasons companies like ours exist, because presumably we have done all that for you. Nevertheless, you need to do your own due diligence. Okay, just today, some of our team were at our site on the shores of Lake Elementaita, our Rustling Dawn project, 7 acres touching the water, Lake Elementaita. It's pretty safe to say that these are the heaviest rains we've seen in Kenya for probably 2 decades, if not more. The last big rains I remember like this that I experienced was back in 1999 during the El Nino rains. So it is also safe to say, if there was ever going to be a flooding issue with any of our sites, it would be seen today. And as our team may have already shared or will be sharing shortly, zero flooding, no encroachment of the water into our property, even though we have 99 meters of water frontage, because we scouted right. It's something I was keen on when I was buying land. There are sections of the lake that I said no to because I could tell they were in floodplains or future flood zones. And I'm glad I did, because today nearly 500 acres of land in one section of Lake Elementaita is completely underwater. Ours is completely the opposite, because there are things to look out for, like elevation, the gradient of the land. Have you checked with Warma on the required riparian buffer between you and the high water mark and that sort of thing? All this is part of the due diligence. We talk about them in all our videos. So if you want to get more details, go through our archives, Own Land in Kenya YouTube channel, over 1,400 videos. You have absolutely no excuse, and you can do that safely. Other than that, I would say to people, pay attention. This is the best time to do site visits, because the rain is going to expose all the fishiness, wishy-washiness, pun intended, of these sites. If you have trouble accessing it now, if you find beacons underwater and that sort of thing, you know to stay away, because you can't build. Even if you did build, you'd only have use for so long until the water decides to come and reclaim its territory. Sadly, a lot of people are suffering from this phenomenon. I would hope, at the very least, we all take notes, learn our lessons, and I hope the government will also be a bit more proactive in educating members of the public about what zones they should stay away from. More importantly, they should make it impossible for people to own land in those areas at all. There should not be any title deeds available for those areas. But those are difficult problems to fix. Let's face it, uh, probably too daunting for people to even want to think about. But you can save yourself all the trouble and the heartache by scouting right, dealing with reputable individuals or companies like Grand Acres, asking the right questions, no shortcuts, do your due diligence. Download the 9 steps checklist on our website, www.grandacres.co.ke. If you have any further questions about that, feel free to reach out. Happy to clarify. Abdul Aidan on TikTok says again, why is the title? I'm not understanding that. Like if I buy plots in the USA, I own that plot forever. Oh, you mean leasehold? Well, Abdul, I cannot speak to US laws relative to Kenyan law. Kenyan law is Kenyan law. It applies within Kenyan jurisdiction. In Kenya, leasehold is for 99 years. You get to own it. You have the same ownership rights as if it was freehold for 99 years, after which you have to reapply or renew your lease. Not necessarily reapply, but renew your lease. So if you ask me, practically speaking, there is no difference between a leasehold and a freehold, except for the restriction that in Kenya, a foreign national cannot own freehold. So that's simple. That's our constitution. That's the way our leaders, our fathers and mothers felt best to protect the ownership rights of all investors in Kenya, both Kenyan born and foreigners. So just make sure you follow due process, work within the legal system and the established laws, and you have safe ownership. Even if it's leasehold, it's exactly the same. Only difference is you renew your lease after 99 years. If it's in the capital city of Nairobi, those leases tend to be shorter than 99 years. Typically, they are 49 or 50 years max, during which period you have absolutely the same kinds of ownership rights as freehold. And you can renew. So don't fear, Abdul. Welcome to Kenya. Invest now, because today is the cheapest that land will ever be. Not just in Kenya, but probably in most other parts of the world. Okay, so karibu sana. Marube underscore RTBA on Instagram says, what are the lessons you are taking into consideration, especially with the current floods in Kenya, to protect landowners? That's a repetition.
Yeah.
Glado Amka. Hadi Group on Instagram says, hi Solo, usually when you buy a house over here, they usually give you all the details such as it's located in a flood zone area or it's prone to earthquakes. Why do they not do that over there? In short, why do sellers not disclose everything? Well, Hadi Group, probably because some of the time the sellers themselves have no clue. Okay, let's face it, the US has historical data on on their lands going back hundreds of years. We don't, sadly. So that's a factor at play. Secondly, there is no legal requirement in Kenya for sellers to do that. This is why there is such a thing called due diligence. The onus is on you as a buyer to do your homework and ask the questions and work with licensed professionals to answer these questions for you, do the research, so on and so forth. Okay, so you can't blame sellers for not disclosing. If something goes south, you can't go and say the seller didn't tell me. At least not in a Kenyan context. In the US, maybe, but we're not in the US. Um, so just work within the context of the jurisdiction you're investing in, and you'll be fine. Do your homework, do your due diligence. Hadi Group, I know you know this already. Uh, you are, one of our favorite customers. You bought multiple of our sites and properties, so you know this already. Um, Sellers are not required by law to disclose. Okay, uh, the responsibility is borne by the buyer to do their due diligence. So there you go. Chulita Levson says, "How's Nanyuki lands? Any floods?" Hey, Chulita, good to see you again. Nanyuki lands doing great. I got photos this morning from our site manager on the gatehouse construction, looking very nice, no flooding, even though we're next to the dam, no flooding because we bought right. Do your land scouting right, do your surveys before time, observe, ask questions, and you avoid problems. Thank you for that question, Chulita. It's underscore Simon1 on Instagram says, "Hey Solo, is it possible for someone to work with you to do the process needed when someone is buying land somewhere else?" Thank you for that question. It's underscore Simon1. Unfortunately, not. I am not an advocate. I am not a surveyor. None of the licensed professionals you need to work with to do your due diligence. All the counsel and advice I share in this platform, as well as any others that we own, are made simply as a practitioner, someone who goes through this process myself. Okay, so you can learn from my experience. So I just don't have the time to do it for people that way. We are in the business of selling land that we own ourselves. So it wouldn't make sense for me to split my time and attention to help others do due diligence on their lands, especially if they're not buying from us, right? Doesn't make sense. So work with licensed professionals. They know what to do. Get yourself a licensed advocate of the High Court of Kenya, licensed surveyor, work with licensed planners if you must, licensed valuation professionals. They'll help you navigate that easy. But thank you for asking. It's underscore Simon1, and all success to you as you embark on your investment journey. Hadi Group is asking if I'll share pictures of the gate construction. Yes, we will. Invariably, we shall as we go along. We're picky about what we show when we show it. So stay tuned, Hadi. Those will be coming your way soon. Okay, what time is it? Wow, 8:31. We have 3 minutes remaining for Q&As. Okay, we might do another 10 because we wanted to make a special offer for all you participants on our live today. It's a bit of an experiment, to be honest. We'll see how it goes. We just wanted to make sure we left enough time to do that. So send in your questions quickly because we'll close the Q&A session. Let's say 8:40, Gladys?
Sure.
8:40. Pinto Shukuru says, "Do you have any videos on the process of converting individually registered land to trusts?" We have some, Pinto Shukuru. We interviewed one of the leading trust law advocates in Kenya, actually rated best law firm in Africa again for this year, Mr. Adnan Khan of Anjawala in Ghana, of the ALN network of legal practitioners. So you can find those videos on our YouTube channel where we discussed trust. And we also had Caroline Mutoko on those videos with us in that conversation and that interview. Other than that, we haven't done any others. Strictly speaking, that's something you need to speak to a licensed advocate about. It's a very technical process and heavy. It's not something you want to strictly learn from purely from someone like us. Okay. So I strongly recommend you find yourself a licensed advocate. Obviously, I would recommend that you reach out to Anjawala and Kana. You can find their website. Mr. Adnan Khan is listed on there. Give them a call. They'll be happy to walk you through that. And I wish you all success, Pinto. Thank you for asking.
I was asking if you can write a title under child under 18.
You want to post it? So I can read it verbatim.
So on the screen.
Okay, that's from Chulita Levson. Can you write a title under a child under 18? No, you cannot. You have to be of legal age, meaning you have a national ID or passport, and more importantly, a Kenya Revenue Authority personal identification number, PIN. Without those two, you cannot be registered on a title deed at all. Best way to deal with that, Chulita, is to register a trust, have the property registered to a company managed by a trust, or registered to the trust or trustees, and they can manage, I would say, ownership of that land or property for the underage individual. And you can even write the trust to provide the underage individual assent rights when they attain adult age, where they can become a trustee or they take over full management and the ownership rights and liabilities. Uh, these are conversations you need to have with a licensed advocate, one who specializes in trusts, obviously. But short answer to your question is no. If you're under 18, meaning you don't have a national ID or passport, even if you're over 18, if you're 24 or 30, you don't have a national ID or passport or a KRA PIN number, you cannot be registered on that title. So, yeah, thank you for asking. Hey, there's Washu. I was wondering what happened to Washu. Washu, it's so nice. You have no idea how happy my heart gets when I see your name on that screen, Washu. Thank you for tuning in today. Maybe the deal today, well, we'll be sharing it in 4 minutes, Washu, so stay tuned. I guess those of you who are watching us on what? YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn. No TikTok today.
No, there's TikTok.
But they don't see that. Okay, YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn. If you're watching us on those platforms, you can see a scroll at the bottom of the screen saying coming up a special Imbuko VI deal. It's a deal of the week. We've never done this before, so you don't wanna miss out on that. If you've been looking for a solid and savvy and strategic land investing opportunity, this is it. Okay, it may never happen again, so I'm excited to share that with you and see how you all feel about it. So stay tuned, Washu. Thank you for asking. Joyce Wangare says, do you sell land at least for less than 500K? I've always wanted to buy land with you, but the prices are too high for me. I'm sorry to hear that, Joyce. We try our darndest, as they say, to make the most affordable investment opportunities for all our customers, all Kenyans, foreign nationals here and in the diaspora. And to the extent that we haven't been able to do so, I do apologize. You know, it's a very specific process. Land costs what it costs. We have costs we have to cover, incur, and recover when we sell. And because we are not one of those companies that takes shortcuts or offers no value with land, the land costs what it costs. So, you know, I'd say don't give up, Joyce. We may one day have something at that price. Who knows? Today might be it. You never know. You want to stay tuned for that. And I do hope we can count you as one of our customers sooner rather than later. And may your income and financial resources multiply upon multiply for you, so that there is nothing outside of your reach. That's my prayer for you, Joyce Wangare. And thank you for following us. Really appreciate you. Okay, we have one more minute. Linda Thure says, can you comment on resale ability? Resale ability. Please clarify, Linda. Assume I am a class 4 student who can't even spell ability. Make it stupid simple so I understand your question. Please, I really want to answer your question before we're out of time. What do you mean by resale ability? Thanks, Linda. And Linda looks familiar. I think Linda is one of our customers, if I'm not wrong. Her name sounds familiar and her face looks familiar. Linda, if we've met before, just say something. Maybe say where we met, if we have. Okay, it's 8:40. Linda, if you send in your question before 9, I'll answer it. I just wanted to take this opportunity to present a very rare opportunity, something we've never done before at Goshen Acquisitions. Certainly, we've never done this on our lives. We wanted to make an offer for the deal of the week. What's the deal of the week? Do you have the videos queued for Imbuko 6?
Yeah, but it mentions the original price. That's fine.
Yeah, that's why it's a deal of the week.
Okay.
I mean, especially if you know what we've sold for before. And this is something we're doing specifically because many might ask why, what's going on. We're doing this to celebrate our online community who tune in every week without fail. People like Ahadi Group, Washo, who else? Sir Prestige. So many of you have tuned in faithfully for months and months and months, and we wanted to do something specifically for you guys that we have never offered before to anyone, and we never will to anyone who is not on this online community. Okay, it's a deal of the week. 1 acre in Imbuko, part of our Imbuko 6 compound, which we've already sold some. Imbuko 4 sold out. Imbuko 5 sold out. In Imbuko 5, we sold the same piece or same size of land, and the two are only a few meters apart, right? It's the same location. We sold acres for 1.19 million shillings. Okay, and so we wanted to make this exclusive. Perhaps one time, who knows? Depends on how it goes. For Imbuko 6, only for you guys on the online session today. 1 acre lot. This will be zoned residential eco villa purposes, just like Imbuko 5, just like Imbuko 3. And this is on offer to you today for only 599K. 599K. That's what we sold Kili Point for. Kili Point were 50 by 100s, touching the tarmac, that went for 599K. We're offering you an entire acre. That's 8 Kili Point plots. Sorry?
Is it 2 or 1?
Well, there are 1 acre lots. There's 2 of them.
Okay.
Gladys is making sure that I don't offer too many of them. So we're only making this offer for 2 plots, 1 acre in size for each, for only 599K. We've never sold at that price. We're basically losing money on this, strictly speaking, from the business side of things, but it's worth it for us if it makes sense for you guys on our online platform and community. There is a catch. The catch is you need to make a commitment before we're done at 9 p.m. Okay, if they're not taken, they go back to the market for our regular price of 1.19 million, which I'm sure they will sell for. If you are interested, Gladys is gonna post the details, pay bill number. So who is not seeing this?
The people on
TikTok and Instagram. So if you're on TikTok and Instagram, the pay bill number is 303030. Okay, that's for Absa Bank Kenya. Pay bill number 303030. The account number, man, I wish I could write somewhere so that they could see. Unfortunately, StreamYard doesn't support Instagram. Gladys is gonna come and put that on the screen. First come, first serve. Whoever puts down first gets one of those two, or maybe both. There is no limit. If you want to take up both of them, you're welcome to it. 599K only for a 1 acre plot. Imbuko VI will be residential with all weather Maram roads. Imbuko V, we sold the same size at 1.19 million. For those who didn't take up the discounted rate that we offered at the time, 1.19 million for an acre, you're basically buying at a 50%, whopping 50% discount. We've never done this before, might not do it again. So if you're keen, send your depot, and the deposit needs to be, how much did we say? 50%, Gladys says. 50% of 599K, which is going to be 249,900. To that pay bill number and account number, if you're watching us on YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn, right?
yes.
You should be able to see the pay bill number on the screen right now and the account number. That's for Absa, and that's our account number for Imbuko project. Send us on WhatsApp your confirmation so that we have a timestamp for who sent first. And if you missed, we'll issue you a full refund immediately. But if you have already sent, let us know. And this is only good during the live, which is why I wanted to allow enough time to do this experiment with y'all. It's 8:46 p.m., which means we have 14 minutes remaining before this offer expires. If you're up for it, the person who commented about buying something at 500K or below, maybe this is your chance to finally get something at the price that you're happy with. Gladys just posted on Instagram and TikTok our pay bill number and account number. You should be able to see the Grand Acres Limited comment. Feel free to bust or move and let us know. I feel like we should be playing a soundtrack. What was that game show? Okay. Glad we should have been showing images of Imbuko 6 or something. Okay, the deposit is 50%, guys. 50% of 599K. Which is 299K 500. Sorry, I said 900 before. 299K 500 is a deposit to secure that deal. We will make sure that we get documents signed with you. The mother title is already registered to us. As always, we only sell what we own. You'll be able to do a search on that if you like. But it's an exclusive offer, silly discount, 50% off what we've already sold for previously last year. In fact, in 2024, in 2023, we sold acres next door for 1.19. So you're getting a whopping 50% discount. Only catch is you need to make a deposit before 9 p.m. It's now 8:49, meaning you have 11 minutes. Pay bill number 303030. Again, that's 303030. Account number is 20508-70726. If you're watching us on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn, you should be able to see that at the bottom of the screen, just under my beautiful salt and pepper beard. I have to compliment myself there, since Gladys is quiet. And if you're watching on Instagram, that's been posted. Look for the Grand Acres comment, has a pay bill number and account number, and only 2 of those available because we cannot afford to lose money too much. And this is being done in celebration of our Facebook Live going on over a year and a half. Which is why it's only being made available to you on this live. It will not be made available to any of our customers elsewhere or on any of our other channels as we normally market. It's exclusive to the Facebook Live. So take advantage, guys. If I was you, I'd buy both of them if I could, because you can get 2 acres for the price that we sold 1 acre for in 2023. May never happen again. Okay, so 50% deposit is 299,500 shillings. First pay, first serve. Whoever pays first gets them, and it's a wrap. We are now 9 minutes before 9 p.m. Once you made your payment, share on WhatsApp us, or you can make a comment. We'll be happy to confirm it real quick. And we'll do the happy dance with you. Georgie should have been here to hype people up. I'm not seeing the video playing. Okay, while we wait, did Linda clarify her question? Okay. What did Linda say?
There's the clarity.
So Linda Ture says ability to sell others once bought. Okay, ability to sell others once bought. I still don't understand, Linda. What do you think Linda is saying?
Ability to sell to others once you have bought her.
Ability to sell to others once you've bought.
She also says she's one of our customers.
Yes, I thought so. Her name is very familiar, and so is her face. Hi, Linda. Thank you for your question. I'm sorry. I needed to ask for clarification. So Gladys has interpreted for me, and she says what you're asking is ability to sell to others once you have bought. My comment is obviously it's possible, happens all day, every day. Again, if unless you're a land selling company like Grand Acres, uh, you need to manage your expectations because we are constantly marketing and cultivating a community of buyers. We spend a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of effort, constantly engaging the marketplace. So it would certainly be easier for us to reach buyers than it would be for you as an individual who is not in the business of buying and selling land. Okay? So I just wanted to make that clarification that you need to manage your expectations unless you want to employ the services of an agent or a land selling company to sell for you because they have ability to reach a market bigger, better, faster than you do. But yes, ability to sell to others once you bought is there. Depends on other factors like location, price, how long has it been since you bought? Did you did you make any value additions to the land while you owned it before you sold it and that sort of thing? We can have a discussion about that if you're speaking or asking about a specific piece of land you're thinking of selling. Let us know. Happy to assist, give you advice, give you a perspective. But yes, absolutely possible. Happens all the time. It's why the land buying and selling business is so robust in Kenya because people are buying and selling. Obviously, not only companies are selling land, individuals sell land as well. And we all know how it goes down in Kenya. Okay, so that's my 2 cents about that, Linda, and all the best to you. Okay, we have 4 minutes remaining. If you have any other questions, do let us know. Um, should we have takers of this deal of the week for Imbuko 6, 1 acre for only 599K, 50% deposit to book? We will announce that. Only 2 of those are available up for grabs. If you haven't done so yet, this is your opportunity. Let us know. Any other questions we can tackle?
Yes, there's a question.
Uh-huh. Okay, question on the screen from Tox Aaron. Tox Aaron. Tox Aaron says, can you increase the time frame for installments in case the initial agreed time frame one can't pay? Um, it'll depend, Aaron. It'll depend on the reason for asking for an extension. Clearly, that's a commercial decision we have to make with consequences to us as a business. So there is no one size fits all answer to that. If there's a specific circumstance you're referring to, let us know. Happy to have a conversation, see if it's possible. Okay. Thank you for asking.
There's a question about the deal.
Yeah.
It's on the screen.
Okay, the balance has to be paid in one installments. Well, the balance has to be paid. Okay. We're not really offering installments on this, guys. Okay, there's a reason it's been discounted. We can't give you 50% discount and then you still ask for installments, honestly. Yeah, I'll be blunt about that. We will expect a balance as soon as documents are signed and we provide you the necessary documents you need to transfer the property. 2 simple payments and it's a wrap. Okay, no installments. That's why it's offered at a discount.
More about the deal.
Yeah.
Do I book and pay at the same time? Can't send the money later?
No. The only way for us to keep our sanity about who has booked what is to receive money. Okay? We need to receive a reservation deposit. You can't book now verbally to say you're going to send later. Doesn't work that way. Make your depot. Technically, we have 1 minute remaining before that needs to be done, and the deal is off the table. We'll sell it to the open market for its true value to the market. But I hope that clarifies for you, Joyce. Thank you for asking.
The one who asked about the balance,
Uh-huh.
that 1 week, 2 weeks.
Balance, I'd say 4 weeks. Balance due in 4 weeks. Technically, we should be asking for a bullet payment because that's 50% of the normal price. And when we do sell at the normal price, we require 50% deposit anyway. So for a bullet payment, it's a wrap. You lock it in, 599K, 1 acre in Imbuko, and we can proceed from there. So I see. I'm not sure if anyone has commented about making a deposit. I'm seeing about 5 deposit notifications here. These could be for other transactions. I can't tell.
Yeah, there's a comment about from Linda. Actually paid, the rest coming in 5 minutes.
Yes, so I see Linda has just paid. Linda, if you'd be so kind, just WhatsApp us. You have our WhatsApp number. Send us a confirmations for this specific deal that you've taken up, because it's now 1 minute past 9. We have to close out on that. Keep our word. It's a very limited opportunity that we put out there. We can't leave it open for too long. Let us know. If you have sent a deposit, as we asked, of 299 500, do let us know. Send us a message on WhatsApp. Our WhatsApp number is 07 0001 0001. Let me repeat that. 07 0001 0001 is our WhatsApp number. Send us your confirmation message on WhatsApp. We will acknowledge that fairly quickly by timestamp. Whoever sent theirs first gets a deal, and we take it from there. Thank you so much for all those of you who have participated in our deal of the week. I'm not sure if we're ever going to be able to offer that again. We'll see. We would like to, but we can't be giving away land for nothing. The 50% discount is heavy. We actually lose money on those 2 deals, but it's worth it for us to show our appreciation to you, our online live community. We honor you, we respect you, we love you. We thank you so much for giving us time, for taking time out of your busy weekends, or rather weekday nights on Thursdays to spend with us. We don't take it for granted. You have things to do, but you join, you ask questions, you've made it worth it. And that's why we made this offer. And depending on how it goes, we'll see if we can keep making special offers exclusive only to the online community on Thursday night live Q&A session. So with that, I want to say thank you so much. God bless each and every one of you. May you stay safe. Until next time. Aha, Gladys is raising a hand. What's up?
I didn't make you announce how you're going to be announcing that platform.
How would you like to announce?
Social media tomorrow.
Well, I think that'll be up to the individuals. Some individuals may not want to be posted in case they have jealous relatives who will come asking them for loans after. So how we will announce, we will liaise with you specifically. You can tell us what your preference is, but we will let people know that they were taken and at what specific times they were taken. So, ladies and gents, thank you again. Be blessed. Stay safe. Stay dry. And I look forward to the next one. Good night.